Is amazing. Thank you for inviting me here today.
Well, thanks for coming.
So this is one of your renovations, I'm assuming?
Yeah, we're just finishing up here. The house was built in 1905.
Okay, so it was a renovation of the whole space?
The back half of the house. We started out looking at the whole project and decided to phase it out and do the backside first.
So a project like this could be extremely overwhelming. Where would your client even start?
Well, when they first came to us, they approached us at a home show, and we had a good conversation with them, and came back over here, and they had learned a little bit more about them. They have 3 kids and a lot of pets, and they needed some more space to have some family functions. So,
and like anybody else that's undergoing a renovation, there's probably a whole list of things that aren't working for them in the space.
Yeah, and you know, being at a 1905 house, it's been around for a long time, and there was a lot of issues with the plumbing, electrical, mechanical, drainage in the yard. So when we started to look at the whole project, we looked at it globally, then started breaking it down.
And what I love about your company is that you guys really can do everything all in-house.
Yeah, I mean, we like to be involved right from the start, so we can pull together the design team, starting with the hazmat survey and the structural design, interior design, as well as doing a look at the electrical, plumbing, mechanical systems of the house.
This is a big project. What are all the pieces that you did in this?
Well, we starting from the top. We redid the main bathroom that the family uses, and we added some skylights. We had to do some spray foam to get the insulation value up. We refinished the tub. We blew out a really poorly done deck addition and added to the space to make this great kitchen. We redid their laundry room, and then the family really liked to enjoy their outdoor area, so we built a really covered patio system.
And then they can really enjoy it all year long.
That's right.
Even on weather when it's the West Coast.
Yeah, as it is today.
Yes.
They can stay nice and dry.
And heated.
Yeah, one of the really neat aspects of the project is the owner is an engineering professional, and he wanted to do some solar panels. So we integrated the roof, working with him to get the covered space out there.
And that's a lot. It can be very overwhelming. So you would start from plans, working through everything with the client.
That's right.
Where at this point, it doesn't really cost a lot to make changes.
Changes are cheap. Yeah.
Right, at this point.
Yeah. So we brought in a local architectural designer to, you know, put some concepts down. First, we designed the whole project, and then due to time, budget constraints, we decided to focus on the back half. To get them back in. The plan was to get them back in for the school year.
What would you say are some of the most costly details that people often forget to budget for in a renovation like this?
It's the stuff that no one likes to talk about.
Okay, let's do it. Let's talk about it.
It's the stuff that really makes your space comfortable, which is the insulation, the asbestos that could be in some of these old building materials that get disturbed. It's the drainage around the house, and then also really how the house works as a system. So the air quality of the house and the heating and ventilation. Yeah.
I'm going to stop you there because I remember you telling me that there's a project in the area where we can go have a look at it, and it's got a lot of the pretty stuff going on.
Yeah, well, it's in the finishing stages. We're just in painting. It was another 1905 house that we actually lifted and put a story underneath. It was a really cramped basement, and we're bringing it into the 21st century.
Well, that sounds really interesting. Let's go take a look.
Okay, let's go.
We can really appreciate how amazing this space is without seeing those befores.
We're almost complete here. This is a 1905 house. The original basement height, like a lot of homes of this vintage, was about 5 or 6 feet.
So I probably wouldn't have been able to stand up, right?
You'd have to do a lot of that. Yeah. So we ended up raising the house and completely replacing the foundation, along with the drainage, the replumbing the house, and then upgrading the panels as well.
Right. So, and they've really gained a lot of space by doing that.
Yes, they've almost added 50% of the living space. So they had a bathroom down here. They'll have a kitchenette, a nice place for a family room, as well as some bike storage and more usable space for a growing family.
Are we seeing this that often? Do a lot of people raise houses, or what's the advantage?
In some of the older neighborhoods in Victoria, it's very advantageous to, rather than knock down some of these old homes, to lift them up. There's a lot of work that goes into them, but they're upgrading the seismic value of the house, the insulation, and all the other
and yet maintaining
services.
all of that character, and you still have that old house.
That's right, yeah.
With all the new advantages.
Yeah, it really brings the house into the time, really.
And the design of this is amazing because it really gives them that much more space.
Yeah, we went around a couple times to work out all their needs into the space.
So we're talking about lifting a house, but a lot of people have never been through that. What does that entail?
Well, it's quite a task, actually. We go in and we break out the concrete and in some support areas and support the house, and then we come in and dig underneath it while it's suspended in the air. Quite an impressive process. So we actually go down in certain times of, or certain areas. We can lift the house, but there's always some height variances. So a lot of times, like this place, we're actually going down a couple feet
to be able to get this.
To get the ceiling height, yeah.
And it's nice in here too because the ceilings are a bit higher, so you actually have, it feels like even more space down here.
Yeah, especially from before, as you can tell.
Well, seeing that I wore my heels to the job site, I'm glad that you raised the roof.
Well, thanks for coming out, Amy.
Two great projects. Thanks, Blaze.